Hello and welcome to Cynthia's Conversation. Today's episode is going to be 2 questions in 1 episode. So, on my right...
Amaka, but I survived a bed attack the other episode. So, praise the Lord that I am still alive. Thank you.
Wow, shocking. On my left...
Sophie.
Welcome, Sophie. I hope you're having a great time.
Yeah,
we're not that bad.
No.
We know that, but seeing it in the video and actually being part of it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just like we're talking
Absolutely,
normally.
but that's the point. It's supposed to be like a discussion. When people say, why don't you do like a bullet price? I don't know. Because it's no longer the conversation. We want to be able to be free and
just chat.
So today's topic was a question from a viewer. And the question was how do you feel about PDA, public displays of affection?
I love you.
Like said you say,
and then you hold your hand.
Who wants to go first?
These are the young people, though.
So
Here we were old. You don't have to
how do you feel about the PDA?
I don't mind holding hands or like kissing goodbye or anything like that in public, but not too much.
Yeah. Oh really?
Yeah.
From a youngster, that's crazy. Why? What don't you like about it? You get embarrassed?
I just think
like
there's
holding
no
around the waist and
I think that's nice, and I think if
it constantly going
yeah
whenever you are sitting there you go what the
you're in a restaurant.
Yeah,
you don't like that?
I wouldn't. No.
Really?
I don't blame you.
Yeah, no, I would not even in like a club or anything like that.
Really?
No, I don't think.
I would have said the opposite.
For you, I choose a youngster.
Andrew is so tight. Andrew is all the hand is everywhere.
Like an octopus.
Yeah.
I love it.
He will glue to.
Let me tell you.
I think it's nice. I do think it's nice, but just not too much. I wouldn't be kissing with tongues in the living room.
Really?
Oh
no, I'll slap you. That's different. I'm talking in nightclub. So you don't? Oh, like okay, me, I'm the
Okay, let's ask Amaka. Amaka, how do you feel about PDA?
Shocking.
Our camera girl just said shocking. She's only 11. I love it. I get very shy, but I love it. I have little. Is that
In a supermarket.
Oh yeah, in little. I swear. I love. You know, I just. Oh my gosh. I'm blushing.
Should I say what I'm thinking?
And shut up! Shut up!
It's good
shut
to
I will slap.
No, sometimes it's good to think and then shut the fuck up.
Thank you.
Guys, permit me to say something. Do you know when they say there are somebody that refuse to grow? It's like Amaka got to some age and she stopped growing. Her age has surpassed her. What? I'm a little I'm a Tesco I'm a Asda what the fuck?
I like to hold hands in the cinema, hold my waist.
This woman
when
is 55 years old.
Squeeze my ball. I do know what? It just. That's why I can't. Hey, black people don't understand. I just. Keezing. Just be keezing in public. Keezing. It's called keezing. Keezing.
Personally, I'm a type person. I will hold hand if we're walking in the streets. I will.
So you're not keezing
on top of you. I will give you a peck, but I can't.
Keezing.
I can't see the need to stick my throat, in your throat when we both going to sleep on the same bed and
it's
have the whole night.
There's a time and a place.
Thank you. I can hold your hands. You know, we can go. I can do piggyback. I can kiss. I can hug, but I cannot see any circumstance.
Nightclub just push him on the wall. So if I'm not like that, I'm a good girl. I am.
No, she's horrendous. I can't even believe what I'm hearing. What the fuck? What? You be in the supermarket and be sticking your tongue.
Yes,
you know, sometimes when I walk past people in the supermarket, I just say, niggas, go get room. Go get your room. Go get room. If you don't get room, do it inside your car. Stuck your tongue in his nose in the car before you get down from the car and enter supermarket. Because in supermarket they have children.
How are the children born?
And so, did you have to know how they were born? Did you know how
the children have to know they were born?
Did you know how your mom and dad
Those days, if I can't talk it.
It's my parents do show quite a lot of affection.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
My
Do you close your eyes when you...
me and my brother, we're like stop, like that. I think deep down I think it is important to bring kids up in a house where they know there's there's love.
I agree. Inside the house, if I'm sitting on the sofa now and then we decided to kiss a different case. But this is a public game.
I remember when I was still dating my ex. In fact, his friends were tired of us. Because it was a bit like me. Well, maybe I was one of us because I was quiet. We would go to a beer parlor. Next thing, they'll look at me. I went kissing. First, sometimes they would have gone, we're still kissing.
No wonder for boys. Nobody say house one and they go sleep. But again, I had a relationship in the past where the person was such a tight type, anywhere.
He didn't care.
If it's just both, as long as it's you and him, it doesn't care. You driving and then.
Mom, I didn't reach that one. Don't say anything.
To be honest, at that time, I think I was young and it was a certain,
So you wouldn't even do that. So you won't do that now.
I did, Chris.
Oh, sorry.
I'm a fucking grandmother.
It's okay. Sorry, you.
I don't colo. I'm a fucking grandmother. I did, Chris.
Please,
at that time I was young, and
there's nothing wrong with it. Just show her.
If I had to,
when I went to my by the bus stop, he picked me on like. Kids. Stephen Carl Gregory Marx. It's okay. I didn't do that too.
I hope those 4 boys watch this video. Because this woman where they tie her go church every Sunday. Mary Magdalene.
Father Brian.
Now that you know what she does. When she's telling people say she's having a weekend in London, know that they pin her in bus stop.
They didn't pin me anywhere.
Just said it. She just said it.
Okay, let's do the other topic.
She just said it.
It's okay.
But anyway, personally, when I was younger, I would probably.
You wouldn't do it now.
But now,
I would.
Now, let's keep it to the bedroom department.
I would do it anytime, any day, darling.
Good for you.
Sorry.
And
okay.
And the second question was, so let's go to the second question. It was like, okay, how much knowing can you know someone before marrying them? Sophie,
I don't wait. She never married. Let me talk.
No, but I mean,
okay, how
much knowing do you need to know someone
before you think
that I can marry this person and spend the rest of your life with the person?
I think you can never truly know a person 100% because the way your mother thinks about you compared to the way your friends think about you and the way your partner thinks about you will all be slightly different. So I think you show different aspects of yourself to different
well, that's
people.
fine. How much knowing do you think? Get the fact that. Do you think we're not for you to want to get married to the person?
Well, I would want to live with someone first before I got married because I think living with someone it could be completely different once if you're married first. But my parents, they got engaged to each other after a week of knowing each other.
And they stayed together.
They're
still together. How many years after?
My dad was 18 and my mother,
how many years after now?
And my dad's 44 now, something like that.
Wow.
No, 24. He was 18.
No,
He was
20.
18, and he's 44 now.
Yes,
so that means
26.
he was 26 together.
Yeah, but he was 18, my mother was 21. They met one Wednesday night, and then the next Wednesday they got engaged, and my grandparents went nuts because they'd never met the other person.
Before you.
Yeah, he was 18. They'd known each other 1 week. They thought it was
too
ridiculous. Yeah, they thought it was, and my mother said, because he was drunk when he proposed, but she said the next day if he didn't bring it up, if he didn't mention anything, she would have just let him But the next day he said, let's go buy a ring.
And they're together for 26 years.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
The thing is, like you said, okay, I'll go back to that. You can never really know. So your parents, within 1 week, your dad, even if the thing is when you're drunk, that you know you say your truth. And that is, you always say your truth. A lot of people come...
I've been drunk so many times
Shut
and
up.
I've never been proposed to.
No, shut up. Yeah. No, but seriously, they say when you're drunk that you say what you remember. And the thing is, your dad obviously knew.
He knew.
For 26 years they've been together. No matter how drunk you are, they say lie. After 1 year, that alcohol will clear your brain.
Yeah.
26 years later.
That's a
and your mom said, if I hadn't brought it up when he was sober,
you probably think it was just a drinking night out.
Yeah, but it wasn't for him.
Wasn't, yeah.
He was obviously knew the second he met your mom. That's shit. So he needed to get drunk to pick up the courage. No, I'm being serious, to tell her. Let me tell you, you can never really know a person to know when to get married. You know deep down in yourself.
You think you know when there's
you would know when it's the right person.
I have that feeling so many times.
No. But obviously, you might know, but the other person might not know. So even your mom, in her head, oh, that's when he was drunk. Deep down in her head, I hope.
That's where they said the next day, they were a bit like, well, are we really going to do this? And my dad was like, well, I know how I feel. Do you know how you feel? And she said, yeah.
Exactly.
And they did. But yeah, I do you think people change though? Because if you know someone enough to get married.
I don't think people change. I think situations bring
different sides of people. Yeah.
And depends on the stage of that person's life.
And the fundamental reason for you guys getting together would never change. So even if circumstances change, if whoever it is goes back to the fundamental reason, I love that woman or that man, that's why I married him. Things have changed in lives, but because the reason why I married her hasn't changed, I will make it work. But you will quarrel.
Yeah.
You will fight.
Hang on. The question was, do you truly know people before you get married? The answer to that is no. You can't really say, I 100% know this person, because each and every one of us had a little bit dark spot in our mind. And like when someone said, oh, I don't expect that women can kill. Of course we can. You just need to push the right button where will go for you. And it's the same thing with relationship. You can't really know someone 100% to say, I want to spend the rest of it. Because I have sometimes that I feel I really know this person, and then it turns to everything I've ever actually known with this person was just
right. Okay. Let me tell you, I was married for 16 years, right?
Do you feel like...
Right. I knew what I wanted to know. I knew for myself, to me, what was enough for me, myself, to want to marry him. Did that change? No. The person he was has always been there. But because, to me, the bits I wanted to know that was enough for me to want to marry him was still there. I stayed. Do you understand where I'm coming from? It is one of those things is, I was married for so long. This is what I wanted. I wanted to be in love with the person. That's fine. I wanted a good-looking person. That's fine. I wanted to have a white person or a mixed-race person. That's fine. And that's... Do you understand what I'm saying? So, you know the person that you want to know. The person did not change. So, you will... Yeah, the person I married was always the person he was. Even up until the shit he did. You will see it. Yeah, but you're prepared to overlook it.
Sometimes people say the thing that ends the relationship in the end, you knew in the beginning, but you decided to like.
That you were, because you know that nobody ever changes.
This is what I always said. That's why I said people don't change. That's what I said before.
So you will know.
Because the thing is, once we are in love with somebody, or we think we are in love with someone, we in our self-conscious might think, yeah, but it's bad in this way, but I think I can change that.
No, I didn't think I could change.
I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying and you think maybe I can change that aspect of what I don't like about him, or maybe he will wants to change that aspect of him because I want him. But unfortunately, that's not how it works. The thing is, I always said, in relationship as we know it now, is openness. People need to be open to have a honest conversation, because people, you have to talk about where you want to live, where you aspire, where you want to go.
Let me tell you, if you talk about it and they don't want to agree, and you yourself,
just hang on a minute. You have to talk about where you want to stay, how many kids you want to have, your career path, the places your wants and not want, the things you dislike, the things you doesn't like. Because once you have this conversation, there are people, I always say, two good people can be in a wrong relationship.
Yep.
It doesn't mean that you are bad or the person is bad. It just means that both of you are in a wrong relationship.
They're not with the right person
to be in that relationship. So while you have this conversation openly and honest, you make up your mind. And make no mistake to think, if this person character has been here, that in the 5 years along the line is going to change them. It's not happening. And the story of your parents is one of the things. I don't think your dad needed 10 years to know her. I've seen where people dated for 5-6 years, got engaged for 2 years, got married and divorced 6 months later.
Exactly, yeah.
But you see a story where you say we met in the first day, we got married 3 days later, and they spent 70 years together. You see what I mean? So yes,
there's no perfect amount of time for
you to decide. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say.
So it's up to you what you do. You understand? Like, okay, same thing. Like your parents. My parents were married till they both died, right? My mother, in her head, she used to tell me she never wanted to marry a divorcee. She never wanted to marry a bald man. My father was bald and he was divorced.
You see what I mean?
But the thing is, and they're married till they both died. You know, they're married for over 50 years. You see, it is. I was married and I overlooked the red flags.
It has always been there.
And yeah, no. So, do you know somebody enough? Yes, you do. But we tend to overlook what we don't want to see.
Yeah. Or
yes, you know
we don't like.
What we don't like. So because, do you understand? And it wasn't that I married an elder. I was 22, 23, so I wasn't old. You tend to overlook what you don't want to see. It was always there.
I do think sometimes those things will happen that you can't foresee happening. So like, if you don't know how he's going to become once you have children, or once, like you might have an idea, but things could happen during your marriage.
The thing is, you discuss this thing.
And they act in a way you weren't expecting them to, maybe. What if you have kids and then all of a sudden he starts being unsupportive, he's going out, he's doing this.
You have the conversation. That's what I mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
At the time when you got engaged, you might never have expected that to be how it...
No. Sweetheart.
Have the conversation.
Sweetheart.
Because the reason why you have the conversation, because I have this... We were reading one yesterday when the email came in, when the guy was saying the woman have twins now, he doesn't find her attractive, and then he's seeing someone else. But the question is, whoever that you are seeing now, if she has another child for you, she will be exactly as your wife. Why don't you make your wife? Because her body didn't change because she bear you your children. So there are people who get married and say, I don't want to have kids. You know, and then that's so fine as well.
And so they'll marry
I don't want to carry the pregnancy. There are other ways of having your own children so that I can keep my body intact. If that's what the man wants, you get what I mean? But you have to have the conversation. But the question is whether you really know someone before you marry them. You can't know anybody. Even the children that you born.
Even yourself don't know yourself.
You would think that, even me, the person that I was, 6 years ago, now I'm less intolerant. Any little So my darling, you can't really know somebody before you marry them.
Just know them as much
you just know them. And then most importantly, set a limit in what you can cope with. You, as a person, whether you are a man or a woman, always have a limit to say, if you go past this limit, I can't do it. And if you do that, you will have a happy marriage without ending up in psychiatry.
They say what you start in the morning, you have to finish at night. At night.
Until then, bye.
Bye.